How to create a great marketing dashboard. Introduction to marketing dashboards. Have you ever created dashboard after dashboard only for team members, stakeholders, or clients to do their own analysis, meaning your dashboards essentially die of neglect? Can you honestly say you have a defined approach to creating your marketing dashboards that is uniform across all the dashboards you and your team create? If any of this strikes a chord, this video is for you. You probably know what a marketing dashboard is, but I'm here today to tell you what a great marketing dashboard is. There might be a few hot takes. You might even disagree with one or two things, and who knows, you might even learn something and make some edits to those cherished dashboards of yours. Oh, and one last thing. These dashboard tips are going to assume you already have your marketing data pipelines clean and automated with a tool like Funnel. And if you watch this and think, geez, how can I create great dashboards when my data pipelines are a mess? Well, you know what to do. Reach out, we can help. Why do you need great marketing dashboards? Perhaps you have hundreds of marketing dashboards floating around. Perhaps you have one dash to rule them all. Or perhaps you're somewhat of a marketing anarchist and refuse to engage in the sacred art of building dashboards. Well, I'm going to make a case for the power of great dashboards. If you disagree, let me know in the comments or message me on LinkedIn. Here's 3 reasons for you. 1. Centralized data insights. Great dashboards consolidate data from various marketing channels and make it easy to get an overview of the health of all of your marketing efforts. 2. Quick decision making. Real-time data supports faster, more informed decisions, meaning you and your team can be proactive. 3. Enhanced team collaboration. Great dashboards help teams stay aligned by providing a single source of truth. Unless you all have the same picture of current performance, whether it's up or down, it's pretty hard to have a productive conversation about it. Types of marketing dashboards. This is where you might hear some hot takes, because myself and some other colleagues are fresh off a 4-day course about great charts and great dashboards from the world's foremost expert, Nick Desprats, who works with all kinds of heavy-hitting companies such as NASA, Shopify, and Bloomberg, and many more across every sector. Because whilst they all understand the power of data, in Nick's words, the current way of doing dashboards is broken. So they enlist the help of the dashboard guru himself to teach them a thing or two. I'll give a quick overview of the types of dashboards, and some of his teachings will be sprinkled throughout this video, but I can highly recommend Nick's courses where he goes into what can only be described as investigative depth about each of the following types of dashboards. Lay of the land dashboards. The dashboard where people get started and learn not only what type of content they'll get in your dashboards, but also how they're supposed to be used. Think a little less depth and a little bit easier to understand. Status monitoring dashboards. Dashboards for tracking current performance metrics and identifying any immediate issues. Performance analysis dashboards. Dashboards for in-depth analysis over time, helping answer questions about trends and strategic goals. Canned analysis dashboards. Pre-built dashboards designed to answer specific questions that are asked regularly but don't belong in a dashboard. What you should be thinking after hearing this is, out of all your dashboards, what role does each one play? Because if they all try to do everything, they'll all do nothing. Action. I'm trying something new here, where I call out an actionable insight, something I believe you should add to your to-do list and take action to actually do, that I think will have an impact on your business. Take a Google Sheet or a table in whatever work management platform you use. Create 4 columns: dashboard title, type of dashboard, audience, and purpose. Then track down your current functional marketing dashboard and put each one in your table, grouping each one by type of dashboard. A tip here is, if you come across old useless dashboards that no one uses, just delete them there and then. A big spring clean, but it doesn't have to be spring. Just, I don't know, Marie Kondo that shit. Because if someone misses it, they'll let you know and then you can build it bigger and better. Key components and design best practices of an effective marketing dashboard. Within each type of dashboard, there are specific best practices, but I'll give you a set of principles with which to build your dashboard. Think of it as your mini personal dashboard philosophy that helps you consistently produce great, well thought through dashboards that get the job done. It will save you from having to constantly update and change existing dashboards, or from spending all of your time building new ones for various questions or stakeholders. It's that upfront planning work your English teacher always used to make you do before writing a story, so you didn't make it up as you go. And let's be honest, we all now know that our English teacher was in fact right. Our math teachers, on the other hand, Turns out they were in fact wrong when they said I wouldn't always have a calculator in my pocket. Because not only do I have a calculator, but I actually have an AI robot friend that answers any question that I have in my pocket. So I guess take that, Matt. Okay, so here's 2 first principles to have in mind when building dashboards. 1, select relevant metrics. So remember, we have our 4 types of dashboards and each one requires a little bit of unique thinking. Status monitoring dashboards. What do you need to know about quickly and regularly and requires action from you or someone else? An example here would be cost. If I as a marketer make a mistake and the platform suddenly starts spending all my monthly budget in a day, I want to know about it ASAP so I don't end up on the chopping block. Performance analysis dashboards. Less is more here. Spend a little more time removing metrics from performance dashboards. These are supposed to be where you track your key KPIs over a longer period of time. Think weeks, months, or quarters. Canned analysis dashboards. A good rule of thumb here is if you have been asked for specific analysis 3 times, then you should automate it in a canned analysis. This doesn't mean it needs to be part of a dashboard because that's valuable real estate. But a collection of canned analyses that are easy to reach for can save you and your colleagues a lot of time. Your second principle is less is more. If I could summarize Nick's thoughts here, it would be build your dashboards like a Scandinavian home. Clean, simple, grayish, with no clutter and just some small bursts of color. With that said, I tend to disagree with Nick slightly on this one. Whilst I like Scandinavian design, I can sometimes find it lacking a little bit of joy, and I tend to feel the same about dashboards, so let's dive in. Clear visual hierarchy. Organize metrics based on priority and relevance. Simple, clean, visual design. Avoid clutter. Use boring with highlights to ensure key metrics stand out without unnecessary visuals. Effective use of filters. Allow users to personalize the data view with filters, but keep filters consistent and simple. You want to avoid the CEO giving themselves a fright and writing an alarming Slack post because they don't know they have a specific filter on due to your bad UX and design. Make it a delightful experience. One thing I think Miro, Figma, Airtable, Notion, etc. have in common is they not only have useful functionality, but they also have a few things that make it nice to work there. Keep your dashboards functional and professional, but don't make it look like vomit personified. I don't know what vomit personified would look like. But dashboard organization is 50% of the battle. Picture yourself building 50 perfect dashboards, just churning them out one after another. They're perfect. You have dashboards for different managers, business units, clients, channels, and tactics. You're flying, but no one knows where they are. They're hard to find. You're getting peppered with Slack messages asking where that dashboard is and this dashboard is and how people can find them and navigate between them. That's because the dashboard content is 50% of the battle, but organization of those dashboards is the other 50%. That's how you can ensure your amazing dashboards are used regularly by the right people when they need them. So, I recommend an inventory in a simple table format, be it Sheets or Excel or in Notion or whatever. Then make sure there's an easy way of flowing between the levels of those dashboards. If you can, link to different dashboards within dashboards. Anticipate that question they will ask and put the link right there for them. Different dashboard tools have different capabilities when it comes to this, and you probably don't need to buy a new tool just for those capabilities. A sheet will do, but if it's a sheet, don't let that sheet die. Keep that sheet maintained, because if that sheet dies, all those beautiful dashboards might end up in the dashboard graveyard. RIP. In summary. Alright, so quickfire summary with the things you absolutely need to take away from this video. Purpose matters. Every dashboard should serve one clear purpose: status monitoring, performance analysis, or canned insights. If it tries to do everything, it'll do nothing and fail. Less is more. Prioritize essential metrics, use clean designs, and avoid clutter. Think Scandinavian minimalism with just enough color to guide attention. Iterate with feedback. Build dashboards for your users, not just for yourself. Listen, iterate, and keep improving. Stay organized. Great dashboards are useless if no one can find them. Create a system for navigation and keep it updated and maintained. And that's it for today's video. If you liked it, subscribe to our channel where you'll learn about marketing data and analytics and measurement, and data visualization tips and tricks. All the great content you need to shortcut your way to being a better marketer.